Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, July the 14th. We are almost halfway through July. That's very exciting. Holy crap, that means school's out. Alright, stage 1, 50,000 hit points, land where I land, flare to where I land my critters, and basically your tanks are going to go in and you're going to get a win, and you're going to move on to stage 2. Stage 2 has 100,000 hit points on it. Yes, stage 2 HQ 100,000 HP. Go left hand side for this bad boy. Now, don't do what I did. Well, okay, go to the left side. That's cool, that's fine, because then you're going to take out the rocket launcher. But basically what I did was try to sneak in there up the left hand side to see if I could skirt around the boom cannon. And frankly, if you've got 3 tanks, yes you can. You can definitely do it. However, chances are, if you have more tanks than that and you need the more tanks in order to actually take things down, it's just going to be easier to take this bad boy out with some GBE. So throw down your artillery barrage if you need it, or throw shocks onto it and just launch your tanks right at that boom cannon. Like, whatever works best for you, make that happen, and you'll get a nice easy win. Stage 3. Oh, by the way, that boom cannon had 3,500 hit points, so, like, it ain't no thing. Stage 3 has 126,000 hit points, and basically we're going up the left-hand side. Now, this is the level where if you're, you got stage 2 on farm, but you don't quite make it on stage 3, this is the stage 3 for you to try, because I am not gonna lie to you, you will beat this stage 3 if you normally don't beat stage 3 with tanks. That's the trick. Because if you go up the left hand side, you've got some machine guns and some flamethrowers and a mortar, nothing to be scared about. There is one sniper tower that you're gonna have to throw your GBE at, but overall, it's very safe up there for your tanks. You can sit there all day just pecking away at that HQ and you will get your lootgasm. Moving on to stage 4, 148,000 hit points on the HQ, about 7,500 on the boom cannon, maybe a little less than 7.5, like 7.3, 7.2, in that range. The point is, 7 to 7,500. Yes, we're going to go with that. Now, I decided to go up the left-hand side, mostly because there were fewer things for me to have to attack, and it would be quicker, and I could kind of cut through. But if you are nervous about taking on those cannons and sniper towers, by all means, you can go up the right-hand side. There are some extra cannons over there, but there are a buttload of flamethrowers and machine guns, and you can farm up a pretty hefty amount of GBE working your way through there, and then just start tossing your shocks and your damage onto the sniper tower and cannons, and, make your way through the right-hand side. However, that being said, if you go the left-hand side like I did, instead of parking yourself out in front of the HQ, you could slip around and go right into the HQ's back door and take it out from that side. It'll allow your tanks to take out the rocket launchers and those sniper towers. Just make sure you save a shock so that you can take out all those defenses behind there and, let your tanks safely peck away. Moving on to stage 5 with 317,000 hit points on this HQ, and each of these lovely boom cannons having, well, okay, there's one boom cannon, but the boom cannon has 13,500 hit points, and there is a shock launcher, oh, that guy right there, and he has 15.5, well, a little less than, a little over 15,000, like 15.2 thousand, let's call it. So, with this stage, we're going up the left-hand side, and there's like almost a wall, for lack of a better term, of machine guns, flamethrowers, and other miscellaneous free GBE buildings as far as our tanks are concerned. And by all means, if you take out that shock launcher first, you can go in and farm those machine guns on the left-hand side of my screen there, get a little bit of extra GBE, and then pull your tanks back to the right-hand side and then flare up to the top and come around the way you want, like kind of the way that I came through. And you'll be able to take out the boom cannon while your tanks are running around and stuff. Just if you're, you know, like a slightly lower GBE level than would be able to take out the boom cannon and the shock launcher together. Anyways, once you get up here, I'm a little late with this shock, but if you throw a shock, you can actually hit the cannon, the sniper tower, and the sniper tower that was already destroyed by the time I threw the shock. But the point is, you can throw all of those things, shock them all, and save your poor medics a lot of work. In my case, I don't mind so much not saving my medics a whole bunch of work, because my medics are idiots, and they clearly walk into the middle of the sniper tower, like, range, and just stand there, kind of looking around, enjoying the trees, talking about the message in a bottle they found the other day, and one of them gets to bite the big one. So I guess a moment of silence for the medic. Alright, that's long enough. Let's move on to stage 6. It has 375,000 hit points. There are 15,500 hit points, give or take, on each of the boom cannons that you see me blowing up. And what's really nice is if you have armory level 21 and maxed out barrage, one barrage on each of those, I guess, twin boom cannons? I don't know, adjoint boom cannons? The boom cannons that were right next to each other. Basically, if you throw a barrage on each one of those, the AoE from the other boom cannon will finish off the opposite boom cannon. So it's really nice and easy to use your barrage on those to finish them off, and then throw a whole bunch of artillery at the one in the back, and you can take that out with a few extra buddies. And everybody likes taking out boom cannons with buddies. That sounds like a movie, maybe. You know, boom cannons and buddies. Buddies of boom cannons. Anyways, let's move up the left-hand side and go in, and really from here it's just a matter of clearing out the few defenses that are in between you and the HQ. Definitely throw down some critters or something to take out those boom mines, because those boom mines are going to do mega damage. Or, well, they're going to do boom damage, but, you know, mega mine, actually, there you go. That's what I want to see. A mega mine. Like, on the mega turtle, have mega mines, and just, like, I don't know, have them do something really crazy. There's already, like, cryo bombs and speed serums and stuff. I'm thinking, like, mega mine is, like, an adaptable defense that if it hits a single target, it does crazy high damage, but if it hits a cluster of guys, it kind of spreads the damage around. I don't know. Anyways, moving on to stage 7, 450,000 hit points on the HQ. I know it's a lot. We're landing on the right-hand side. I know. It's weird. And we are going to basically farm the right-hand side for GBE. That's all we're doing here. That's what our tanks and medics are going to be doing for the first little bit of this attack. And the reason that we're doing this is because we're going to need that energy, and how? Coming up in a little bit, because you're going to see the cluster of boomy love just looking to share with your tanks. The boom cannons on this level have 36,500 hit points, give or take. And the shock launcher, the big shock launcher near the HQ has 40,000 hit points. The little one down by the beach has significantly fewer hit points, and honestly, I didn't even look at it because I was like, I don't care, it's so low level. So, going up after farming the right-hand side and the front of the base, basically for GBE, you want to hug left, because if you toss a whole bunch of GBE on that little boom cluster of craziness, you're still going to have to deal with a whole bunch of max level cannons another boom cannon, the shock launcher, all kinds of craziness, and of course, a rocket launcher that basically has full range on the entire map. Now, the reason I mention this is make sure you launch your distracting critters up into the corner after the rocket launcher has sent a salvo at your wee tanks. The reason for this is your critters are going to last a lot longer, give the cannon something to shoot at, and basically make your life a little bit better, because once that rocket launcher gets to fire again, it will wipe out your poor critters and do horrible, horrible things. Now, from here, I flared right onto that shock launcher because, well, frankly, it would ruin us, and then ran away as quickly as possible, which is saying something because I didn't actually have the energy for my flare to run away, into the very tippity top corner. And from there, basically, I shot and shot and shot at that HQ until that mofo went down. Now, that being said, you can see that boom cannon is just picking away at my medics and my tanks. There's a sniper tower slowly whittling away on my tanks, and it is a hard won level, but the tanks did it without boost. Booyah, Grandma. I don't know why my grandma would care how well I'm doing at Boom Beach, but, you know, she cares, so Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you have a fantastic day.